Hi guys, welcome to some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And for those of you who are regular listeners and or emailers, we really like to see those emails coming in. It gives us some great ideas and even suggestions for our podcasts.
Today we have Enzo and Jim as usual because we have to.
Yeah, there are, what is that, acoustic, they absorb the, I don't know
The
podcast talk.
sound vibe. I don't know. We'll have to Google it.
We'll Google
But
that.
their
But
fluffy butts absorb the echo sound.
Jim resisted. We got him back in here.
Yeah.
We're gonna dock his pay for being difficult,
Mm-hmm. Rude.
and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, our emails this week, we had quite a few actually about, foods that you can and cannot give dogs.
Oh yeah.
People food.
Right.
And, questions about, I think there's people that, slip a dog something under the table.
Not that I have fat dogs, but who doesn't love watching a movie and having a snack with your best buddy?
My favorite was pretzels. I like to sit on the couch and watch a movie and feed my babies some pretzel sticks.
Yeah, we're popcorn fans in this
yeah.
house. Gotta love popcorn.
Yep. So we're going to say, as of the start of this podcast, you
Mm.
can feed your puppies, your dogs, pretzels and popcorn.
Yes, so far.
Unsalted, unbuttered, Tori.
Unsalted, of course.
Liar.
We
Liar.
eat super plain, boring popcorn.
Yeah. That is so not true.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, so we kind of did a little bit of research, and again, I mean, every time I do research for the podcast, I learn something. So that tells me I should probably do more reading than I actually do. But some years ago, I had somebody.
So there are actually a ton of foods that they can't have.
People food.
People foods,
Yep.
yes. Sad as it may be, it's actually not that terrible because if you think about it, I mean, some of the things, I'd be surprised if they ate some of them.
Right.
Unless it was like getting into the trash, which I have naughty dogs like that.
Yes.
So.
Well, if you looked at the Facebook for Primo Corso Kennels, you will find a beautiful, beautiful brindle male that I sold to some people that had a trash can lid around his head. So I think you're not alone in that battle.
Yeah, well, hey, when you smell something good,
You dive right in.
I guess there's no stopping them, okay?
Yeah.
So a lot of them, avocado, onions, garlic, grapes, raisins. Those are some of the top ones just right off the bat. And let me just say this is not in order,
Right.
like most poisonous to anything.
Mhm.
These are all just, you should avoid giving them to your animals at all. And, I mean, if they get into these things a little, just don't do it.
So with anything you're doing as far as changes to your dog's diet, or if they get into something that you feel, is hazardous to their health, make sure to always consult your veterinarian and always do your research. Make sure you're informed about whatever they're eating, or if they've possibly gotten into something, contact your veterinarian. You should know what's going on with that.
Even if you're not sure, if they've gotten into something that you're not sure if they can have or not, check. Just check.
You can Google it, and if you're not confident in the information you get on the internet, most veterinarians don't mind a phone call saying, hey, my dog did this, got into this. Also, there is a poison control,
Oh.
like a hotline for, if your dog gets into anything that you can call and say, hey, my dog ate this. And, you know, I had a dog, many years ago, I had a blue heeler, and she ate my melatonin.
Oh.
Like a half a bottle of my melatonin. I had it sitting on the nightstand because that's where I take my melatonin.
Right, yeah.
And she took it and ate half the bottle. And I called the poison hotline for dogs.
Yeah.
And they just told me that she might just be very sleepy.
Oh. You don't say.
So it wasn't overkill on the information, I'll say that, but it did put me at ease.
Right.
So,
Well, hey, you know, I guess there's worse things than melatonin then, huh?
yeah, I guess so.
I mean,
and I would not have guessed my dog getting into that. So.
hey, ears cleaned, nails trimmed, let's get it done. Let's take advantage of this.
Knock them out and get it all groomed up.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you know, Tori, there are actually foods that are quite healthy for dogs that can become a problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I'm bad about. I could get carried away. Oh, you like these? Have some more.
Oh,
You like these? Have some more.
right. And actually, that's, you know, that's the thing, is just excess.
Yeah.
I was reading an article through Dogster, and they were talking about how chicken is actually, you know, the raw meat diets are kind of the trend right now.
Yeah.
And they were saying that veterinarians actually do not recommend that, and that it is a safety issue as far as eating raw meats.
Well, and that's interesting too, because I had not heard that.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a lot about, oh, everybody's getting into it. This is the best thing you can do. All that. So that's interesting.
Well, yeah, they are actually saying that, you know, a lot of people are just feeding their dogs chicken. Some people like the organ meat.
Mm-hmm.
Others just use the muscle meat, but people are really jumping on the bandwagon there. And what they're saying is that it is running a risk of salmonella, E. coli, and other bacterial infections from the raw meat.
That would make sense. I guess I had always thought, dogs, because they're built a little different, maybe didn't get that stuff. Just because, they can eat some things that we can't.
Right. They actually, and I'm not sure where Dogster gets their information, but, this is supposed to be a recommendation of veterinarians. So I consider that a very reliable source.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of the different meats that I found, as far as like tongue, liver, kidneys, pork, pork's a big one too, because that one actually carries parasites because it's pork.
Oh, sure.
That it can infect animals with just a range of parasites.
Yeah.
So the organ meat is a big part of raw meat diets for dogs, but the pork kidneys is something that actually is needs special attention, just because it is pork. It does carry parasites, and that can infect other animals. And if you just eat the meat without cooking it, that's a big risk. So what they're really saying you need to do is to boil whatever choice your meat choice is.
Okay.
Boil it so that it's cooked through and it kills off those I guess parasites and bacterias.
Well, that's good to know. Well, and I will say I'm guilty if I'm making chicken and cutting it up. I'm not saying I haven't tossed a piece to my dog sitting there or something.
Right.
Maybe I won't do that now, but...
Well, it does say that you should have an internal temperature of 165 degrees.
Okay, so cooked.
Yeah, cooked through.
Okay.
And then, that's just for avoiding the salmonella and E. coli.
Okay.
But then also, aside from it being like a raw meat issue, sometimes these organ meats have minerals and vitamins that are just amazing, and they have awesome nutritional value,
Yeah.
but everything that is good can be too much.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at, using some of the internal meat, you have to consider how much you're giving them. So with the tongue, liver, kidneys, beef or pork, anytime you use internal meats, you want to make sure to not give more than 5 or 10% of their overall diet
Okay.
with the organ meat. You can mix it with muscle meat. I personally like to mix my organ meats with some kibble.
Yeah.
I think there is some nutritional value to kibble,
Yeah.
but it's nice to add this with it to get those extra dietary boosts.
Well, and I think too, with the larger breed that we have, I think it's extra important to make sure you're doing that just to maintain the health of their joints and all dogs in general. But
The one thing I did see, and this is another thing, with all the good that kidneys can do for your pets, it also said that you can actually if you give them too many kidneys, you can actually raise their cholesterol and cause weight gain.
oh,
So then it lessens the positive effect that the kidneys are having,
right,
because it gives that negative in there.
right,
And I just look at all this. I'm stammering because I'm telling you, anything related to nutrition with animals, I find so overwhelming. There's so much information out there, and one year they're saying raw diets are great. The next year they're saying, oh no, don't do raw diets, they're not good for you.
yeah,
And so not only are you trying to find the best, affordable way of feeding your pet, but you're also, going with the different trends year to year, and it's so hard to follow, that it is kind of overwhelming.
right,
So even though these are really great nutritional items, you just have to think in consideration to, how good is it for your pet, and it can become toxic actually as well.
yeah. Well, and there's a lot of things, a lot of foods that I didn't realize that dogs couldn't have. And looking back, I love garlic, so it's in almost everything I cook. Maybe not every single dish, but my dogs have been naughty, gotten into plates that I've left where I shouldn't have,
Yeah.
things like that. And I have worried looking back, oh my gosh, they're eating garlic, or they've eaten something with onions in it, and I don't take them to the vet, but I definitely watch and make sure that I'm their behavior isn't changing, they're not having any symptoms of feeling sick. Some of the symptoms for food poisoning for a dog is vomiting, diarrhea, loss of appetite, tremors, lethargy, lack of coordination, bruising, bleeding, bloody urine, bloody stool, seizures, hyperactivity, unsteadiness. So that's all something that you want to look, pay attention to if your dog does get into something that you think might, or isn't good for them.
Right.
You want to watch for that, and my dogs are fine, but it is scary.
Well, and that's the time to contact your veterinarian.
Right, before.
Right. And if you feel like there's something happening, as a result of eating something they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And, that's the thing. If you don't know, I'm a question person. I will call and ask a stupid question if I have to.
Right.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
There's fruits and vegetables and, macadamia nuts, really any fruit that contains a pit, just because the pit contains cyanide in small doses.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so persimmons, peaches, plums, cherries, all that. So we're not supposed to eat the pits either, obviously, but if a dog got a hold of it, they could chew it up, and so the fruit itself isn't necessarily the problem.
So if you're eating cherries and you're spitting your pits in a cup,
Mm-hmm.
you should probably put them up.
Yes. Yeah, because that could be very dangerous, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's things I don't think, I wouldn't have thought of that
Yeah.
myself.
You know, there is another thing that is actually very toxic to dogs, and that is gum.
I would not have guessed that.
Yep. I've had it happen with actually your little Chihuahua when you were growing up.
Oh,
Chi
yeah.
Chi. Got some gum out of my purse, and that is quite toxic. It makes him very ill. And it is actually the peppermint, I believe. Now, I might be mistaken, but I think it is spearmint and peppermint. Oh. So I'm being shown a list that says candy, gum, and toothpaste. So I wonder if the toothpaste is also the peppermint, spearmint kind of stuff.
It's the chemical xylitol.
Xylitol. See, Tori's okay, who did their research this week?
Tori did.
Mom failed. So awesome, it's the xylitol that's in it. Really? Okay, so and that's in toothpaste too, huh?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep.
So that is actually not just something they shouldn't eat, but it's toxic.
Right.
That is poisonous.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
Good research, Tori.
Thanks. Well, and that too goes kind of into, there are some things that I have written down that aren't exactly foods that you shouldn't, your dog shouldn't have. Caffeine is one of them, so coffee, some teas, energy drinks, and let me just say, I don't know who would give that stuff to their dog. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Assholes would.
Yeah, I mean, right? Yeah, because stop.
Yeah.
I mean, now, Jim has taken a sip of my coffee, we'll call it, but I left it in a spot that was accessible, so...
That's on you.
That is on
That's
me.
on you.
It's
Yeah.
on me. It's delicious coffee. Okay,
I will say you do make a really nice cup of coffee.
Thank you.
I enjoy it every time.
It's hard to resist, I guess, but that was my fault. But
Well, and just because, it's like kids. I mean, if you think about it, just because they like it does not necessarily mean it's good for them. And as a pet owner, it's your job to
Mhm.
oversee what they're eating and drinking. So I don't care if they like a beer or get a lick of your wine or
Mhm.
whatever it might be. It isn't good for them, and you as a responsible owner should know better than to give them something that is basically poisonous to them.
well, yeah, and honestly, I've seen some tough things with dogs. People giving dogs alcohol, and it is beyond unacceptable in my opinion.
Well, there again, I wish I had more land. I would just go get them and bring them, not the people.
Mm-hmm. They can stay where they're at.
Yeah, go
Mhm.
get their dogs and give them some nice cold water.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the saddest thing. I mean, you shouldn't... I don't know. People laugh about it, and it's just horrible.
They're frickin' losers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, don't do it. Okay? We'll find your dog.
We wish we would.
Yeah. But also, keep in mind, you can't give your dog the same medicine. You can't give them Tylenol. Pain relievers and cold medicine is a big no-go. That can really make your dog sick. I know Benadryl is acceptable. We've been told by vets that you can do that. But you'll want to ask your vet if you're going to do that. But, I mean, really anything else, don't do that.
Well, and if your dog is having chronic pain of some sort where you feel they do need something like Tylenol, there is a medication out there called Rimadyl, And there's also a generic form called Carprofen,
Mhm.
which is basically, you know, a Tylenol for dogs.
Okay.
And if your dogs are having that kind of pain that they need something for it, then there again you need to contact your veterinarian, make an appointment, and have a discussion over, you know, what can be done for the pain management.
Right.
So that is, there are options for pain for dogs. Sometimes it's something as simple as Carprofen, and sometimes it's something a little bit more that the vet would have for them.
Right. No reason to make it worse just by trying to make it better.
Right.
Just contact your vet and, you know, they'll help you find something that you can use for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so what else you got on that little research list of yours? You're
Well,
kinda showing me up today.
well, I had a little more time than you, to be fair. So, but really, I mean, that's kind of, I mean, the list goes on. I could probably look for days and find a million foods that you shouldn't give your dog, or
Seasonings.
seasonings. I mean, garlic powder, onion powder. They're saying, you know, even the powdered forms of that, you shouldn't give to your dog. So, you know, there's, I mean, different kinds of nuts. Actually, one that's really interesting that I would not have thought about and did not know is yeast, or like raw dough
Oh,
with yeast in it.
right.
What can happen, I'm not trying to laugh at that. I just wouldn't have, it can ferment in their belly and then lead to alcohol poisoning.
Oh,
So just something, you wouldn't even think it'd be related, but I mean,
well, once you say it, I guess it does make sense.
yeah.
I definitely would not have known that.
Yeah. So, you know, if they're getting into, if you like to bake, you want to make sure your dog's not getting into it, because that could cause some serious problems.
Right,
And obviously that's not what you want.
right.
So,
Well, that's what I mean. You know, this is great. The podcast,
Mhm.
that is something I did not know.
Yeah.
I do bake bread.
mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's information that I just never even had a clue on. So this, you know, the podcast, I mean, we like to share information so you guys learn, as well as we learn pretty much every time, except for the ghost one. I don't
Yeah.
think we learned anything there, but it was fun to talk about.
Not really. Yeah, well, there's not much to learn, because most of it's opinion.
A ghost is a ghost,
That's right.
maybe. Who knows?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
We're still trying to prove it.
No. One thing that I actually looked up on purpose as far as foods being, you know, bad for dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I am, as people may or may not know, a huge advocate for feeding your dog eggs.
Yes.
I think they give them a beautiful, beautiful coat, and it's just pure healthy protein and just enough fat in it to be good for a dog, you know?
Yes.
And I mean, pretty much anytime you look in my fridge, I've got, you know, a pot of boiled eggs sitting there.
Yep.
For, you know, sometimes I just give them for treats, or I put them on their food, or sometimes I eat them.
Hey, they're good.
They are good.
I love hard-boiled eggs.
But I found out some bad things about eggs.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so, and I've, you know, gone out and gotten chicken eggs out of the chicken coop and cracked a couple on the way up to the house for the dogs to, you know, just have an egg.
Yep.
And actually, raw eggs are supposed to not be very good for dogs.
Huh.
And my dogs get both, but I'm rethinking that one right now.
Yeah.
It apparently, and I'm going to make sure I read this correctly, but it can, on top of possibly exposing them to salmonella or E. coli from the raw egg itself, it also can cause a biotin deficiency.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and I didn't either. So that really got me thinking about exactly what I'm doing to my dogs. Some of the symptoms of a biotin deficiency is scaly skin, skin lesions, dry dull coat or hair, scruffy appearance, lethargic, alopecia, which is a hair loss,
Yeah.
reduction in growth rate, diarrhea or anorexia. And I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah. Gosh, I guess you'll have to make sure you're just boiling or scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs all around.
Scrambled eggs with no butter, salt, or oil.
Boring.
But the biotin is one of the B complex vitamins, along with the and I never say these right, riboflavin, ribo,
Your guess is as good as mine. Okay.
niacin.
Mhm.
I got niacin.
Yep.
Thiamin. How do you say it?
Thiamine.
Thiamine. See, that's what I thought. Is it really a TH sound? I'm not sure. But this is also known as vitamin H.
Oh.
I didn't even know there was a vitamin H.
I didn't either. Is there one for every letter of the alphabet? I'm starting to think so.
I don't know. There's zinc. Is that vitamin Z? I don't know.
I take that. I should know.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you should Google it.
Shoot.
But
See, I just do
anyhow,
what the doctor says.
Yeah, so, I got to thinking about this, and really the symptoms are kind of, my dog's playing in the mud, they're rolling around. It'd be tough to know if they have, they're kind of a mess some days. So, it's something you really need to watch for, even in some of the healthier foods, the effects that it's actually having on your dog's health. So,
Yeah.
something that can be really great for your dog can actually kind of boomerang on you. And what's really funny is when I looked up biotin-rich foods, there are actually a lot of organ meats
Oh.
that can also be toxic if you feed them too much.
No.
So, it's the chicken liver, pork kidneys, pork liver, beef liver, and cooked eggs. So the thing that is causing the deficiency, if you cook the eggs, can help, that's a biotin-rich food.
Right.
So I think that's so bizarre that, some of these things that cause a problem can actually fix a problem if you feed it to them in moderation.
Right.
And then there were a couple things that kind of threw me for a loop. Sunflower seeds, almonds, hemp seeds are supposed to be biotin-rich foods.
Huh.
And then cooked shiitake mushrooms
Oh.
are supposed to be biotin-rich foods.
Mm.
But I just think it's really ironic how some of these, it just goes full circle.
Right.
Where they are not good for them, it's too much, don't do it. But then the cure for it might be its own, eggs.
Right.
The eggs cause the deficiency, but if you cook them, then it could help fix it.
Right.
So, that just to me was kind of a...
Well, it makes it awfully tricky.
Yeah, it does. And it is, to me, very overwhelming at times.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting to read about, but, you're always kind of second guessing exactly what you're feeding your dogs.
So, really, what people need to take from this partly is no matter what you feed your dog, as long as you're doing the best you can,
With your dog's best interest in mind.
Right.
Yeah.
You're doing okay.
Yeah.
Just, even if it's just dry kibble.
Well, and, if you do want to give them scraps, just kind of do a little Googling on it.
Yeah.
If you're super thorough, unlike myself today, you want to check with a vet if you're, have something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested in tripe.
Yeah.
And tripe is the stomach of an animal. And it is something that is a food that is supposed to be quite kind of a superfood for dogs. And it actually, despite the fact that it is just an amazing food, it also has some areas where it just isn't quite enough.
Oh, okay.
So you have to add a little organ meat, a little muscle meat, a little bit of this and that to make it a complete diet for a dog.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many of us really have the knowledge or the financial ability to create, these extensive meals or snacks or treats for our dogs. So going back to what you said, a good healthy kibble that you've put a little bit of thought into, that's probably your best route for your dogs. Even, I mean, I hate to say it, no table scraps.
Well, fine.
Is that really going to happen in your
No.
house? No.
Never. I can say it, but it'd be a lie.
So, actually, we have a special guest today.
Yes, we do.
And,
One sec, I will get him. Let me back in a jiff.
so today we have Dietrich joining us. How is your summer going so far?
It's going good.
Last time I talked to you, we were having a ton of rain.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about.
Are you getting outside more than you were?
Yep.
That's good. That is good to hear. Every kid should be outside riding their bike and enjoying the weather, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's actually fun riding a bike.
Yeah, I bet. You just got a new bike, so that's good to get out and do. So, today our topic is foods that the dog shouldn't eat.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Actually, I have 3 things for dogs that they can either eat or not eat.
Okay.
So, we got the first one is something that grows outside a lot,
What is that?
grass.
Oh. So what do you have to say about grass?
So, dogs can eat it just as long as it doesn't have any fertilizer, parasites, or any chemicals in it.
Okay, so if you spray your lawns for bugs or growing purposes, don't let the dogs eat it.
Yeah, and the grass actually helps dogs poop.
I've heard that, yes.
Yeah.
So it's actually a good thing when people are shooing their dogs away from the grass, they should let them eat it.
Yeah.
What else did you find?
Oranges, they can eat it once in a while, but not a lot because of how much sugar there is.
Mm.
And, that's basically all I got for that one.
Did you know that JoJo, now JoJo is my rescue dog for those of you guys who don't know her.
Okay.
She can smell when I am peeling an orange.
Ooh, she likes them.
She loves them. She smells oranges and she's like right there.
Ooh.
So, I don't eat an orange alone at my house.
Yep.
And what's the third thing you found?
Oats. Dogs can eat oats just as long as they're made with water, no brown sugar, no milk, and there's one more thing. Okay. And make sure there's no butter in it either.
Mm-hmm.
And that's everything I had for the foods.
Well, that's good. That's actually a good thing. I mean, honestly, I do think that some dry kibble has some oats in it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
okay.
not sure. I'd have to do some Googling on that.
Mm-hmm. Always got to Google.
Yeah. But the grass, that was really good information because I think everybody, doesn't really like their dog eating grass. But
I don't. My dogs throw it up. So
mine do too. So when one of your dogs throws up grass, Dietrich, do you clean it up?
No, I do not.
Who has to clean that up? Is it a secret?
Secret.
That must mean Tori.
Yeah, we all know what that means.
So that is some very good information. What are you going to do when you're done here with the podcast?
Probably go into my room and find something to play 5 Nights at Freddy's on.
That sounds like a blast.
A productive Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to be listening to my music.
Are you going to go for a bike ride later, maybe?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan. Well, we want to thank you for coming and sharing the information you found, because I believe what you found is different than what we had. So,
Yeah.
good information.
I didn't have any of that down.
No.
So, very good. I like it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of giving a dog oranges, but
Yeah.
JoJo's a fan.
She loves oranges.
Yeah, I would think of that.
You would think of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're all going to have to go buy oranges and see if our dogs like them.
Right?
Yep. I'm curious about if Jim even likes them.
Jim, probably not. I think Enzo might eat almost anything. But
Considering he eats a lot of kibble.
Enzo or Jim?
Enzo.
All of them, Tori.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. They all eat a lot.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us for our podcast today.
Yeah, no problem.
And we hope to have you with us again next time.
Yeah.
Or maybe not next time. I can't say that because we have to find our topics and see what people want us to talk about. But
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
We'll see. But thank you all for joining us for this podcast.
I will be back some other time.
All right. Sounds good.
thank you, Daytrick.
Bye. All right. So thank you guys again for joining us. And keep in mind, when you're listening to our podcast, just know these are our opinions. These are things that we found on the internet, information that we've researched ourselves. So always double check, ask your vet, do your research. Don't trust us 100%.
No.
Just don't. Okay. And again, if you have any questions or comments, topics you want to talk about, anything like that, go ahead and email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And thanks again for joining us. We hope you will be here for our next podcast.
Bye.
Goodbye.